Hi, this is Jason, and today I'm going to walk you through our Prisoner's Dilemma template. The Prisoner's Dilemma is a classic multi-person experiment from economics where two or more participants have to decide whether to cooperate or defect from one another, and based on their choices, they face different kinds of payoffs. The idea is that the equilibrium choice is for people to both defect, which also happens to be one of the worst payoffs, where the goal is to get people to try and cooperate as much as possible, despite the fact that it's not individually rational for them. So, in this example of the prisoner's dilemma, our template allows you to have as many people as you would like to define. So you can have a 10-person prisoner's dilemma, and the way that this works is it randomizes people to pairwise prisoner's dilemma situations. So in round one, two people get paired up, then round two, they get randomized again to different partners. And so what you can do is you can set the number of participants to 5 or 10 or however many human beings you want in the study. You can add bots. So you can say one person playing with 3 bots. It's going to be randomly matched to one of those other 3 every time. So that's what bot count is. Bot type is a type of bot. One is random, so the bot's randomly going to choose testify or not testify. This game is relatively flexible, so you can actually create it or customize it to do other kinds of studies with more than just 2 options. In this case, random chooses one of these options. The way that it's built would be testify or don't testify. If you set 2, it would choose one of the 5 options that was chosen by players in a previous round. Again, you can have the button text. This is what people see. If you wanted to add a 3rd or 4th or 5th button that did different kinds of things, you would need to go into the code and tell the code what happens when somebody presses button 4 when their partner presses button 2. You just have to update those payoff calculations. Button count is how many of these buttons are supposed to be chosen for the experiment, in this case 2. Polling allows people to see the results of each round between the studies, or between the rounds. And so 1 enable polling, 0 turns it off. There's a couple of timers: in-game timer, experiment round timer, instructions timer. These are timers that once you get to the end of them, the game automatically progresses. What you don't want to do is have people just sitting around waiting for somebody to click a button. Maybe they leave, or maybe they forget that they need to click the button. It happens very frequently. So you implement timers to make sure that the game continues at pace. And if somebody's trying to make a decision and they don't make a decision within the timer time frame, you can define the choice that they choose, and it just has to be one of these buttons. Instruction type, if you want to have interactive instructions, our default I think is interactive, but you can have static instructions, so it just shows a set of text that you can define in the code. These others average, others previous round, choice, payoff. These are things that you get to see about other players between rounds. So if you want players to see the others average payoff or the others previous round, previous choice in the previous round, just set these to 1. If you want to hide these things, you can set them to 0. Here's another timer for how long people get to see the results, and then the scoreboard has the order of people's final scores. I think these are shown every round. So at the end of the round, you see I'm the highest scoring person. Player 2 is the second highest scoring person, and you can change it to decreasing to switch the order. Same thing for self-average, self-previous round choice. If you want to be able to have the person see their previous choice and their previous payoff, you set those to 1. Show demographics. There's a little survey at the end of the study that you can implement. Set it to true to show the survey. Go into the code to actually set it up to the way that you want it to have the questions that you want it to have, or set it to false to just omit the survey. And lastly, the number of rounds can be set to whatever you want. You can do 1 round for a one-shot, or you can do 100 rounds for a really long prisoner's dilemma. But what you do, all you have to do is save these variables as they are, and then you can launch the demo and test it as 1 person. Here I am with 3 bots participating in the prisoner's dilemma. Oh yeah, so here's the survey. 1900 and begin. So this is a survey that gets hidden. Now these are the interactive instructions. I won't go through the whole thing. You can participate for yourself. Anyway, thank you. If you have any questions, please let us know. Email us at support@volunteerscience.com. Thank you.